everybody. I'm Michelle. Welcome to Miss WanderMust Travels. I'm so excited you're here today because that means you're interested in travel and adventure just like me, and I can't wait for us to experience that together. So how did Miss WanderMust Travels happen? For as long as I can remember, I've always been really intrigued by things that I found unusual, things that were unique, obscure. I've always kind of had a natural draw or curiosity about those things. I've always enjoyed that feeling of excitement and that little rush that you get from a little risky business. I've always really enjoyed the idea of travel and adventure. I used to flip through my grandmother's National Geographic magazines and look at pictures of these gorgeous animals that live on our planet. I was fascinated by the way people lived and their cultures, especially being from a small town in the Midwest. I enjoyed the beautiful sceneries and landscapes and felt in awe of these photos. I wanted to be there in that place. So fast forward quite a few years, I'm in my early 30s. I'm technically an adult. I'm doing the adulting thing. I'm working all the time, like double time, overtime, constantly. I'm putting all my money into the bank and saving it for really no particular reason. I was continuously trying to force the wrong relationships and friendships to fit. Because I was single, and apparently the worst thing in the world is to be a single woman in her 30s and older. So I felt like, a failure because of that. So needless to say, I was really unhappy. I was really depressed. And the turning point for me was when I was working as a nurse, and a patient that I had that day that had come in for a routine procedure, super nice elderly guy, super charismatic, friendly, and we ended up talking a lot about his life and just chatting. And we were getting ready to go into his procedure. And he said, okay, take me back, I'm ready. If anything happens, just know that I had a great life, I've lived it to the fullest, and I have no regrets. I can die happy. And that really hit home for me because I realized I didn't feel that way at all. I hadn't lived most of my adult life doing things that brought me happiness and doing things that I wanted, doing things that I thought were fun even. I hadn't spent a lot of time with people that I actually enjoyed spending time with. I realized that if that were my last day, I would have a lot of regrets. So that's the day I began making a conscious effort to change and change the way that I lived my life. I wanted to start doing things that made me happy and that I wanted to do. I worked on trying not to absorb other people's opinions of me and how I should be living my life and who I should be. Basically, I stopped trying to fit all this into this. That wasn't working for me. And so guess what happened? I became happier. I became more confident. I became more comfortable with doing things alone because I had to. If I were to wait around for the right guy or a friend to do things with, like go to the movies, go to a concert, go on an exotic trip somewhere, I was gonna be waiting a long, long, long time. Around this time, my birthday was approaching, and I wanted to do something cool. I wanted to do something fun. I decided to go on a trip out of the country. Of course, no one could go with me, so I decided to go by myself. And since it was going to be my first time traveling outside of the country alone, I decided to book a tour group and go to Costa Rica. The tour group was a good choice for me at that time because I was nervous about leaving the country. I was nervous about traveling somewhere where I didn't know anybody. Even just the airport experience, the flying experience, I was really naive to all those things. But I did it. I went, and it changed my life. I learned a ton about myself. I learned a ton about traveling and the whole traveling process. I learned about a new culture. And best of all, I met cultured people who loved travel and adventure as much as me. Actually, one of my closest, dearest friends I met on that trip, and that was 6 or 7 years ago. And we still take trips together occasionally to this day. So fast forward to today, I travel as much as possible whenever I can. I go wherever I can. And 99% of the time, I do it solo. If I can't leave the country because of a pandemic, I leave the state. If I can't leave the state, I go on a local adventure and find something neat to do and see. It's something new. I try to fill every spare moment that I have with things that I have passion for and people that really, really matter to me. And my passion is travel and adventure. So along this journey, I have met people who say to me that they're inspired by the way I live my life, that they wish they had courage to leave the country, to travel alone, that they wish they knew how to plan a vacation, that they knew where to go or what to do. And that brought about the idea of me sharing what I've learned with people, sharing what I know with people. I want to show people that traveling alone as a woman or a man can be completely safe and a lot of fun. I want to help people organize their own trips and adventures. I want to organize adventures and tours for people. I love doing these things. If I could bestow upon you the same joy and happiness that these things bring me, that would make me 10 times happier. And thus, Miss WanderMust Travels was born. So that's my story, guys. I'm sticking to it. I'm super excited you're here with me. I'm super excited for our adventures to happen. I'm excited about the growth you're going to experience. I'm excited about the growth I'm going to experience. I'm excited about the beautiful and unique and probably strange places we're going to see. I'm excited about what you're going to learn and what we're going to learn together as a community. It's going to be awesome. So thanks for listening to my story, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to get the latest and the greatest up-to-date info on Miss WanderMust Travels. And I can't wait for our next adventure. See y'all later. I can see all the signs I tried to fill